Are you ready
I'm ready.
for another episode of Living Room Conversations?
What happened to our theme song? Hey everybody, it's Joshua Fields Milburn.
And I'm Ryan Nicodemus, and together we are the Minimalists!
And we are live here in my living room in Los Angeles, California. And today's question comes from Susan.
Yes.
Susan asks, how do I get people to stop buying me gifts?
Man.
Ryan, you actually, when you came over, you brought a gift with you today.
I did. It was my presents.
Oh, because presents
Is the best present.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So I mean, here's the thing with gifts. There's a couple things. One is now's a good time to start thinking about Christmas because it is June.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
Plenty of time.
It might be slightly too late, almost.
Almost.
Because you want to start planting that seed in like February, I think.
Yes. The time to not bring up someone buying you gifts is when they're handing you an actual gift.
You don't slap it out of their hand?
Yeah, or worse, like after you open it and you realize you're not going to do anything with it, and then you look at them and you're like, why do you buy me things? That's not the right time to bring it up.
Yeah, you have to think about why did they buy you a gift. We often hear this verbiage that gift giving is a love language. Right? I think that's like saying Pig Latin is a romance language. But I think the truth is, we give gifts not to show love, but because we want to add value to other people's lives. And we love them, so we want to add value to their lives. But we're assuming, hey, if I give you this thing, you're going to get some sort of value from this gift, right?
Yeah.
And so instead of telling them, no, don't give me anything, bah, humbug, tell them what you would like to say yes to. Yes to experiences. Yes to consumables. My partner, Becca, her sister was in town, Libby, and I got her a bag of coffee before she left and said, hey, here's a gift to bring back home with you. And so that's a way to give a gift. I think you'll get value from this. Consumables are a great way to go. Maybe it's a nice bottle of wine, a box of chocolates, something that is meaningful that you can enjoy together, like an experience as well. Often just experiencing things together, whether it's going to a concert or it is something as cliche as sitting out on the patio and watching a sunset together, that can be one of the best gifts.
Yeah, absolutely. So set those expectations early. Also, for people who have set those expectations, for people who have gone out of their way to ask for what they could use in their lives, and maybe you still have people in your life who they're just not going to listen to you. They don't want to support you when it comes to gifts, and they still buy you stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That stuff that they bought you, it's your stuff, and you get to do with it what you want.
That's right.
And if someone is continuing to buy you things and not respecting your wishes, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take that item that you now own and do with it what you want.
Yeah.
Even if, let's say that person comes back to you and they're like, I gave you that gift and I can't believe you got rid of it. Where's it at? Well, to that I would just say, I didn't want it in the first place.
Yeah.
And I took that gift that you gave me and I found a much better home for it. Now, I'm not saying to go out there and like ruin all your relationships by doing this, but if you're at that point, I'm just saying it is okay to find those things a better home. I remember my mom, when she first came to visit me and Mariah in Montana, like I picked her up from the airport and she unpacked, the first thing she unpacked was like this gift that she had brought for Mariah and I. And at the time we had just like moved into that apartment, and she pulls out this owl vase and like a couple candle holders. And she was like, I know you don't like me getting you stuff, but I really wanted to go out of my way and show you how proud I am of you, how proud I am of Mariah, and I got you some gifts. But then she threw in the caveat of, hey, I know that this might not fit your lifestyle. And if that's the case, she was like, it's totally okay with me if you find that stuff a better home, but I just wanted to, give it a chance and give it a shot and see if I could get you something that you would use. I think we held on to the owl vase. I think we still have that. It's a part of our decor now.
Yeah.
I did end up getting rid of the candlesticks. But what I'm trying to say is that I spent so much time with my mom sharing my preferences, asking her to support me in different ways she could support me. And yes, she still went out of her way to buy me something, even though she knew I probably wouldn't want to have a physical item. But she was very understanding when it came to what I was going to do with those gifts that she gave me.
And that's because early on you had many conversations. It wasn't just a one conversation
Right.
where it's like, hey, here's my new rule. This camera is tilting over right now. What is going on, Ryan?
Earthquake.
All
This
right.
is LA.
Oh, that's hilarious. But I think ultimately it's you set these expectations early on, and you continue to reinforce those expectations. And maybe the reason you're getting gifts, even though you don't still want them, is because you haven't done a good enough job communicating yet. And so what the question to ask is, how can I better communicate this, right? And that's different for every person, right? Every person you're communicating to, there's going to be preferences and dialects with which we communicate between different friends, right? Like I know there are different ways I communicate with you versus, say, Podcast Sean versus my partner Rebecca. It's going to be different for each person. There's slight nuances, right? And so you have to get really good at communicating what your preferences are to different people so they can understand what does and what doesn't add value to your life.
Yeah, don't have the attitude of, you, Josh, you need to stop buying me gifts, and you need to stop buying me gifts.
You're an awful person.
You got to look in the mirror and say, I need to set better expectations. I need to ask for better gifts. I need to be more deliberate with how I participate in the holidays. Don't put it on them, put it on yourself, and I promise you things will work out all right.
All right, y'all, that's it for today's living room conversation. If you have a comment, don't comment on how crooked the camera was today. That's totally my fault. Just leave it below in the comment section. If you have a question as well, you can leave it below. We'll answer more questions. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want. If you don't want, that's totally fine too. We don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or unsubscribe if we're not adding value. Thank you for listening to another Living Room Conversation.